Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the SIC Show, and I'm here with my mate, Brent, man. How are you, buddy?
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're super pumped to be here. If I can get it out, I think I need another coffee. Anyway, what have we got on the show this week, mate?
So what we've got on the show this week is I'm going to show you how to trash a perfectly good landscape image.
And I'm going to show you where I photographed some fairy tale mushrooms.
And we're going to find out about Johnny's favourite tripod accessory.
Awesome, guys. Let's get into it.
The SIC Show. Share, inspire, create.com. Share.
All right, buddy. Share the story about how you trashed your landscape image.
Well, I didn't really trash it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the local council trashed it. Okay, I can always blame someone else. But what happened was, a few years ago, I sold all these beautiful landscape images to the local tourism authority. And recently, driving into our local town over here, I see this big billboard on the side of the road. And guess what they've superimposed or photoshopped right on top of my beautiful landscape beach shot?
What, mate?
A trash can.
Oh, no way.
A big trash can.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
But so that basically they trashed my image.
Yeah, they did. It sounds like they did, mate. And so how does that make you feel? You know, you've created these beautiful images. Yes, you've sold them, so obviously you've given them the rights to use the image.
Yeah.
So what's the tip there, mate?
The tip is just be aware that when you sell your images to someone, they can use them for any way they want. And I don't know how you can actually restrict that. I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
But basically, they can Photoshop stuff over it. They can trash your image, and they can still put it onto a huge, 40-foot billboard thing, and so everyone sees it.
Yeah.
And basically, make your image look like trash. So.
That's unbelievable, mate. But yeah, I suppose, and that's the thing, you've got to weigh up, the income you're going to get against what the image is going to use for. And it's always a tough call, isn't it, when you're giving someone the rights to your images.
Yeah, maybe the thing to do is actually just put a time limit on how long they can use them for. Because I sold these images to the tourism authority probably about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Or something. And they're still using them
for
all sorts of things.
And I know in my job, actually, we've got some images that time out every 2 or 3 years, and we have to pay rights again to reuse them. So, yeah, it's either a one-off exclusive fee or an ongoing fee. I think that's a really good tip.
Yeah, ongoing fee.
Yep. Awesome. There it is.
Inspire.
So, Johnny, inspire us with one of these images.
Yeah, so we're back in New Zealand again, and as you know, Verena Patel is a huge macro photography photographer. That's what I was after.
Yes.
Anyway, we're over there, and we came across these absolutely epic mushrooms. I've never seen anything like it, mate. It's like something out of a fairy tale. Perfect little red tops, white stalks with all these white little spots over it. It reminds me of something like out of Alice in Wonderland or something crazy like that. And anyway, of course, I've got my new macro lens, probably 6-8 months ago, and I was just, feeling my way around macro, and being with Verena's been awesome. She's such a good macro photographer. But anyway, we got to these mushrooms, and oh man, I just had to lay there and photograph them. So I remember we just laid in the dirt, me and Verena, we cleaned up around the scene, and I said, hey, how about we pour some water on it? And that's a really good tip, guys, when you're shooting macro. Get some water out, because water droplets and things like that make your macro images look absolutely amazing. So we've got these red mushrooms. We've got Jay there with my drink bottle pouring water over the mushrooms, and we're just taking multiple images trying to get that right displacement of water. And you can see on the image I'll show you now, you can see there's a big bits of water dropping off the top of the mushrooms like it's been raining, man. And it just adds this awesome texture and makes the red absolutely pop out of the scene. And it was just... yeah, I've never seen mushrooms like these things. I wouldn't eat one. There's no way. No, I
think you'd be flying.
I wouldn't be here today, probably. I would say.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, just amazing things. And guys, that's another great tip about landscape photography is it's always great to shoot the wide. Shooting wide and getting the foreground here and the amazing background back there. I'm getting that full range. But man, look for those details, because there's some epic photographs to be made in those details. And macro lenses, the one I've got, my 100mm, I think it was around $1,000, but you can get 60mm ones and things like that for a lot cheaper. And I recommend you add a macro lens to your kit, because it just opens up a whole new world.
Awesome.
photography.
And I think I got a little bit of flow cam footage around when you guys were actually shooting this mushroom. But what an inspirational story.
Yeah, it was epic, mate. And I can't. Everywhere I go now, as well as I'm looking for the broad scene, I'm trying to pick out those details. And it's just, I love it, mate. I love the macro world. It's so incredible. Awesome.
Thanks, Johnny.
No worries.
Create.
Alright guys, here is my tripod accessory. I can't live without this thing now I've had it. I've had it for about the last 3 years and there are some pros and cons, but I really love it. So guys, here it is. It's an L bracket that I use. This one I've got is from Really Right Stuff with my BH 55 ball head, which is a whopping ball head, but I absolutely love it for my landscape photography. And the reason I love this L bracket so much, guys, is because it's so easy to move from portrait to landscape. It's a matter of just flicking your camera open, dropping it down. You can see I've kept the same axis in landscape for a landscape image as what I have in portrait. So guys, that's it. That's the L bracket. Now there is one drawback to having an L bracket. Well, there's two actually. One, it does add a little bit extra weight. I mean, I'm talking, only a little bit, and it doesn't matter too much for us landscape photographers because we're nearly always on a tripod anyway. The other thing it does make it a bit harder to get access to a lot of your ports on this side of the camera. But mate, I tell you what, I'll put up for that for the ease of switching from landscape to portrait mode. The days of flopping your camera over and having it off axis, for me, those days are gone, and I'm happy to say goodbye to them. So there it is, guys. The L bracket, if you want to find out more, here's the link. And thanks for watching, guys. Awesome. Man, that story about tracking your image, it's amazing where your images can end up. You've really got to be careful who you give rights to use them, don't you?
Yeah, totally. And I like the way that you can actually limit the time.
Yeah,
I think that's a great tip.
It's a really good tip. Yeah, have a time on the usage. Awesome.
Definitely. And the mushroom shot, man, I love it. I love those water droplets dripping off down. Just amazing. A fairy tale image.
Oh, mate, those mushrooms, just the epic red colours and the white dots. Totally Alice in Wonderland.
Dude, I remember how cold we were when we were hiking back from that sunrise shoot. Through the wet grass and everything. Yep. My shoes were wet.
Dude, I was laying in the wet grass to get this image. That's what you got to do. Sometimes that's what it takes, mate. Yeah. And guys, if you're interested in the L bracket, I love the thing. It's just being able to shoot from landscape to portrait and not get off axis with those brackets. It's just... I love it. I couldn't live without it now. It's just epic.
And is there going to be a link below where you can...
So guys, check out this link and it'll tell you all about the bracket I've got. If you want to grab one, there it is. So,
awesome, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to our iTunes channel and the podcast for this episode.
Yep, for sure. And if you want the show notes, go to shareinspirecreate.com and look up this episode and the show notes will be there. And guys, please leave some comments below this video and we'd love to get your feedback. And actually, I think we should just say, if there's anyone particular that you really want us to interview, let us know in the comments. We would love to get that feedback, wouldn't we, buddy? Yeah,
if there's someone that's got something really good to share, inspire us with a great image, and they can create or teach us something, definitely leave their name below. We want to interview them.
And it could even be you. So if you think that's you, please get in contact with us.
Totally.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Catch you next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a great week.
The bonus.
Hey guys, Brent here. I'm in New Zealand filming a landscape photography course with Jay, and I wanted to show you a quick tip. This bag that I've got on me right now, this f-stop bag, it's awesome. Why? Because around me it's totally wet. There's all this fog, there's dew, we're next to a waterfall, and it's really difficult to put your bag down anywhere and not get all your gear wet. But check this out. You just take one shoulder off. Well, maybe I should tighten it up a bit. Swing it around like this. And then you can actually get into all your gear over here. So you can open it up, get your gear out, get your cameras out, lenses if you need, camera bodies, everything's over here. And this is something that Johnny really likes. I got my little towel too. It's my little sports towel, hey? For us pros. To wipe all the dew off your lens. So anyway, that's the tip of the day. Get a camera bag that you don't have to put down in the wet and that you can carry around for a couple of 100 Ks if you're hiking through the forest. Anyway, this is Brent. Have a great day.
No, wait, don't stop.
You can jump in there. All right.
You know, this tip was done by Verena 4 years ago. And there's a video on our site. So there you go, Brent.
Oi! are you doing? He's photo bombing. He photo bombed. He's photo bombing my tip. My tip. You're photo bombing it.
You're copying the Queen Bee's tip. You're in trouble, man. Off with your head.
Off with the head.
I thought that would be a funny
Off with the head, because the Queen's going to take my head off, is she?
That tip is dead.
To find out more, go to shareinspirecreate.com.